Dipper and Mabel return to Gravity Falls after 6 months. They ride in a bus through the snowy forest. Mabel wears a new winter sweater with a Christmas tree. Dipper looks out the window, thinking about last summer. The bus stops at the Mystery Shack. Suze runs out to meet them. He's wearing Grunkle Stan's fez. They hug, happy to see each other. Suze tells them he's now the owner of the shack. Everything's going well. Melody is making hot chocolate inside. Wendy is there too, waves at them. They go inside the shack. It's warm, cozy. The fireplace is burning. They drink chocolate, talk about school and life in California. Mabel shows new photos of Waddles. Suze shows new exhibits for tourists. Dipper asks about Bill Cipher's statue. Suze says it's still in the forest. Locals are afraid to go there. They say strange things happen around the statue in winter. Snow doesn't settle on it. Dipper decides to go check. Mabel doesn't want to, but goes with him. Suze joins too. They put on jackets and go into the forest. They walk through the snow for about 20 minutes. The forest is quiet, cold. Branches creak. Dipper takes out Journal 3, checks the map. They come out to a clearing. Bill's statue stands in the middle of a circle without snow. Stone, gray-yellow, with an outstretched hand. One eye, top hat, bow tie, everything as it was. Around the statue is a perfect circle of bare ground. Snow doesn't touch it. Mabel says it's creepy. Suze agrees. Dipper comes closer, studies the statue, checks the journal. It says Bill was destroyed in Grunkle Stan's mind. Suddenly it gets colder. The air changes. Dipper hears quiet laughter. Turns to Mabel and Suze. They hear it too. A crack appears on the statue's hand, then another. The stone starts to crumble. Pieces hang in the air. Golden light breaks through from the statue. Dipper yells for everyone to back away. Tries to pull Mabel and Suze away, but can't move. His legs won't obey. The light gets brighter. The statue explodes. Golden flames fill the clearing. A triangular silhouette appears in the center. Bill Cipher materializes in the air. "Miss me, kids," says Bill. His voice echoes through the forest. He floats above them, flickering between gold and blue. His eye rotates, looking at each of them. Dipper yells that this is impossible. Bill was destroyed. Bill laughs, says the mind prison couldn't hold him. Winter in Gravity Falls is his time. He's back. Bill rises higher. The trees around start shaking. Snow falls from branches. His laughter gets louder. He says, "Welcome back to Gravity Falls." A year has passed since the events of Weird Mageddon. 14-year-old Dipper and Mabel Pines return to Gravity Falls for summer vacation once again. Ford and Stanley have sailed away on their ship, Stan O'War, to travel the seas, leaving the Mystery Shack under Seuss's management. He's now the rightful owner, proudly wearing a new red shirt with Mr. Mystery written on it, trying his best to maintain the family business. Dipper has noticeably matured and become more confident, but his drive to solve mysteries hasn't faded. Mabel has kept her optimism, though there's now a hint of teenage maturity in her behavior. They nostalgically reminisce about last year's adventures and decide to visit the place where Bill Cipher's statue once stood. Making their way through the familiar forest, the twins emerge into that very clearing. But instead of the stone triangle, they're met with only an empty depression in the ground, overgrown with fresh grass. The statue has vanished without a trace. Dipper puzzledly examines the spot where it should have been, while Mabel tries to find at least some fragments. "Strange," Dipper mutters, running his hand over the ground. There aren't even traces that the statue was moved. It's like it just dissolved. Mabel circles the clearing, peering behind every tree. Maybe someone stole it. Though who would want a statue of an evil triangle? Suddenly, the air begins to shimmer with bluish light, and the temperature around them noticeably drops. The leaves on the trees rustle without wind, and the ground beneath their feet vibrates slightly. Dipper instinctively grabs Mabel's hand, and they press their backs together. A strange figure begins to materialize before them. First, a faint blue glow appears, then the contours become clearer. It's a blue square with a single eye in the center, surrounded by a soft radiance. Unlike Bill's aggressive aura, this being emanates calmness. "Don't be afraid," the creature says in a melodic, almost sad voice. "I won't harm you." Dipper and Mabel freeze, unable to believe their eyes. The shape is very similar to Bill, but completely different in feeling. "Greetings, young pines," the blue square continues, slowly turning to each of them. "My name is Tad Strange. I am the brother of the one you knew as Bill Cipher." Mabel gasps and covers her mouth with her hands, while Dipper instinctively takes a step back, shielding his sister. His eyes narrow and suspicion sounds in his voice. "Bill's brother. How can we trust you? Your brother almost destroyed the entire world." Tad sadly tilts his square form, and his single eye closes for a moment. "I understand your concerns, and I'm here precisely to correct my brother's mistakes." 1 year had passed. Dipper and Mabel, now 13, were returning to Gravity Falls. On the bus, Mabel, in a new unicorn sweater, exclaimed excitedly, "Dipper, do you feel it? The air. It smells of pine, adventure, and a little bit of cheese." Dipper, adjusting his cap, replied, "I feel it, Mabel. And something else. The town is calling us again." "Sue said he has a very important mission for us," Mabel said cheerfully. "I doubt it's about paint colors, Mabel," Dipper sighed. Sue's sounded troubled. The bus stopped at the Mystery Shack. The SOOS's Mystery Museum sign hung crookedly. Sue's, in his usual uniform, with a paper crown and a manager badge, rushed out to meet them. "Dudes, you're here. I missed you so much." He hugged them. "Welcome home. Sue's, you look regal." Mabel laughed. "Where are Grunkle, Stan, and Ford?" A smile faded from Seuss's face. They're still on their world tour, sending postcards from the weirdest places. The last one was from underwater, from mermaids, I think. But that's not the main thing. The main thing is..." He lowered his voice. "The weirdness is back, dudes. Everything's returned. And it's even worse." "What? But how? Bill is..." Dipper's eyes widened. "I don't know, Dipper." Sue's panicked. "Gnomes are stealing garden gnomes again. Unicorns are aggressive. And last week, my favorite shovel started talking to me and demanding a vacation." "A talking shovel? That's cute." Mabel tilted her head. "No, Mabel, it's not cute," Dipper said firmly. "It means the barrier is weak. Or something else. Suze, you said we could help." "Yes." Suze nodded. You guys saved the world. You know how this works. I tried. I read Ford's journals, but there are too many big words." He pointed to a stack of books. Dipper picked up a journal. "Looks like we have work to do again." "Mabel, are you ready?" Mabel raised her fist. "Always ready for adventure, especially if it involves saving the world and maybe a new talking shovel." Later that night, in the secret room beneath the Mystery Shack, Dipper and Mabel sat at a table. Dipper was flipping through a journal. "Strange," Dipper muttered. "The journals say nothing about anomalies returning so quickly after Weirdmageddon. Unless..." Suddenly, the lights in the room flickered. Objects began to vibrate slightly. From the shadows in the corner of the room, a square figure slowly emerged, with one large eye in the middle and a small bow tie. It was Tad Strange. "My brother was always so eccentric," Tad Strange said in a soft, monotonous voice, yet with a hint of hidden menace. All those triangles, chaos, screaming, so inefficient. I prefer order, symmetry, and of course, perfect angles. Gravity Falls. It's a very interesting place. So many irregularities. But soon everything will be perfect. Square, and very, very quiet. Tad Strange finished solving the Rubik's Cube he held, all sides perfectly aligned. He looked up, his single eye glowing, staring directly at Dipper and Mabel. "Who are you?" Dipper asked, grabbing the nearest book. "I am Tad Strange," the square demon replied, "and I